I've seen all these crazy videos online where people stop eating for 5-7 days, and I was like,
What?
this can't be good. I love food. Seriously, this is what I eat on the usual daily basis. So why would I want to fast? And here I am after watching all these videos. I am making a video like that myself. Disclaimer here that I'm not a doctor, but sharing my journey and what I've done. For 10 years already, I always been super curious about human body, how it works, about our hormones, how food affects everything about our gut and health in general. If I could choose a career path right now, I would definitely choose medicine because I am genuinely super curious about it. More and more people start talking about intermittent fasting. I've heard it on podcasts. I've been reading about it a lot. I implemented some intermittent fasting into my life already, but the longest fast I've done was 36 hours, which honestly felt like it was a pretty long fast already.
So what happened now? Why did you decide not to eat for 5 days?
Well, thank you for asking. My story is simple. I actually woke up one morning on Monday and I thought, oh my god, why I feel like shit. I was laying in bed and asking ChatGPT how a healthy human should feel in the morning. And let me tell you this, I wasn't feeling like a healthy person. I was feeling puffy every single day. I was bloated. I was having headaches. And that same morning, I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna start on fasting. I was planning to do a 36-hour fast that day either way. However, I decided to extend it to 72 hours or maybe more. I decided to extend it because of all the benefits of stem cells, but mainly because I wanted to do a full reset of my gut. I had so many antibiotics through my life that honestly, I am surprised that my gut is working. And there's a little fact, antibiotics kill around 90% of your bacteria in the gut. So it means that it kills all the bad stuff, but it kills all the good stuff as well. And everything starts in the gut. Our mood starts in the gut. And sometimes even when you feel sad and you feel depressed, your gut might be the reason for it. And honestly, I couldn't fix it myself. For the past 30 days, I was already eating clean food. I was not drinking alcohol, and I did see some improvement. However, it was not enough for me. Let's talk about day by day on my journey and how it went, and I will show you all the pictures before and after. So, day one. On day one, I didn't actually took a proper video of myself, of how I looked. However, I know that I weighed around 59 kilos. I am European, so I'm gonna say everything kilos, okay? But what happens on day one? On day one, you start losing glycogen. And this is where we lose a lot of water in our body because insulin goes down, glycogen is stored in our liver, so it gets out and we're losing a lot of water as well. The general rule is that your liver will start making ketones around 8 hours in. Around 12 and 15 hours, your body will start making energy from fat and not from sugar. And why ketones are so important? Because when liver produces ketones, then it gives a signal to our brain that you're not hungry. But honestly, for me, it wasn't about hunger, but just about the fact how much joy food brings, and just in general the dopamine. You know, I finish work, I want to go to eat because that is the way for me to relax. And day one went super quickly. I have a full-time job, so I was working the full day. I had a lot of electrolytes and I was having some sea salt as well. I had magnesium, went to sleep pretty early, and I slept like a baby that night. Day two. So this is how I actually looked on day two. So we can already imagine how I looked on day one, because I think that day I already lost a lot of water weight, definitely half a kilo of water. So I was already not that inflamed, and we will compare this video to actually day 5 video. Interesting thing was happening on day 2, that my energy was going up and down. Yeah, I'm not feeling my best right now. My head is a little bit dizzy. 40 hours in. However, I was feeling super calm. And I read it before that fasting reduces anxiety, and anxiety starts in the gut as well. So that's what happened. I was feeling extremely calm.
What was happening in your body?
What actually happens on day 2 on our body? Autophagy actually kicks in. In simple words, this is when our bodies decides that, okay, it is time to clean up its own dead cells. But as I said, my energy was going up and down, and I thought that maybe it's because my body is doing a really hard job on cleaning. Because I was feeling so down, I decided to have some bone broth. However, on day 2, I started to feel like it's pretty hard to fall asleep. Probably I was lacking some minerals. Next time I would do it better. Day 3. My sleep wasn't the best, but I saw the inflammation going down and I was losing some weight on the scales as well. So at this point, I should be in a deep ketosis, and based on the science and on the books that I read, I should feel like in a really good mood, and honestly, I was. Only later, I researched why, so apparently there's this thing, and I'm gonna read it to you. So on 72-hour fast, you start to simulate BFNF, brain-delivered neurotrophic factor. It helps support making new brain cells, basically supports more and more brain power. Also, growth hormone increases and immune system resets after 72 hours. But I was motivated to keep going after those 72 hours because at 72 hours, this is where our actual stem cells get to work. So it means that we're producing more and more stem cells and they can be used elsewhere later.
Excuse me, what is a stem cell?
So stem cell is basically just this amazing cell, which is more like a blank piece of paper, and it can be turned into anything your body needs. Think of them of like baby cells that grows, and they later, when you start eating, they choose what to do and what to improve. So as they said, at 72 hours plus, this is what the work is kicking in. However, they will not do its job until you're feeding. 3 passed pretty quickly as well. My boyfriend was eating chocolate and drinking wine next to me, but it wasn't like I was craving it. Because I knew that I'm already so into what I'm doing that I was just motivated to keep going. And the interesting thing was that I was craving real food, like vegetables, not chocolate and wine. Okay, day 4. So this is how I looked on day 4. I didn't think about food the whole day. I swear. I felt like it was such a regular thing for me to just drink tea, drink electrolytes, and have some bone broth. So at day 4, I thought, oh my god, I might be going for a week. However, this is where I made a mistake. I went to the longevity clinic, the fancy one. I had a gift card there and I wanted to use it. And I know that, for example, Tim Ferriss, he goes to this hyperbolic oxygen therapy. I did the same. So I went there. I went to 3 treatments. One was red light therapy. It was super nice. Then the oxygen, and then the cryotherapy. And on that hyperbolic oxygen thing, where you have to be inside that weird space, it felt like a spaceship because our bodies are struggling to receive oxygen. It was increasing pressure or whatever. I don't understand how it works. But basically my ears clogged so badly. It was super painful. And I thought, maybe it's gonna be a day and that's it. I didn't hear properly. And that was my day 4. But in terms of energy, completely fine. I went to sleep early. The only thing was that I was not feeling great because of my ears. On day 5, when I woke up and I saw that I still can't hear properly, I knew that I'm gonna break my fast that day because I wanted for my stem cells to kick in and to start doing a job and help me with my ears as well. I was working that day as usual. I was going for walks. That is one of the things that I was doing as well. I was spending quite a lot of time in nature because I have a dog, as you can see somewhere here. So I do walk him 3 times a day. So I was definitely spending more and more time outside. So after my long day, I had my first meal in the evening. So I broke my fast with some chicken, sauerkraut, and kiwi after. Keep in mind that I had some bone broth that day as well. And oh boy, let me tell you, that was a happiness to eat again. It was, I don't know, it was just so tasteful, even though I know that my chicken, it was lacking some salt, but still I was feeling so good. So that was the only meal I had that day. So on Saturday morning, I woke up. I was not bloated. I went to the gym. I definitely lost some power of mine, but in general, I just continued with my normal life. I still was choosing healthier options of food, but let me tell you, I was not craving anything sugary or fatty or I don't know, some McDonald's. That was not the case. I was just craving a really, really good food. So let's sum up everything and let's compare 2 videos before and after. I'm not gonna comment on these and it's up to you if you see the difference there. However, I was not doing it for the visuals. I was definitely doing it for the whole gut reset and just for me to feel better. So on Saturday, this is where my bowel movement started because for 5 days I didn't go to toilet at all, except for pee, obviously. So that was definitely the bad cells getting out of my body. My skin cleared and and I was in a very good mood. Now, 2 weeks later, I can say that I still feel pretty good. My skin is clean. I didn't have a single spot on my face, which feels amazing. I don't have problems with constipation. My energy is pretty good. I'm in a good mood as well. So I would definitely do it again. I'm actually in a very good state of gut reset in general, and it felt more of that I can build this new foundation of my gut, you know. I still get bloated sometimes for certain foods, and this is what I'm trying to experiment, and I'm gonna make more and more videos about the gut and what I'm doing to feel better. But honestly, those 5 days, it was kind of life-changing, and I would definitely do it again because I can definitely say that I feel a little bit different, and I have this sense of achievement that I managed not to eat for 5 days, even though it wasn't that hard. Yeah, now in the mornings, it is not that hard for me to wake up, and I'm so happy about it. That was the goal. Thank you. Bye.